Florida high school suspends yearbooks until Don't Say Gay protest photos are covered. Watch this.
Controversy this morning at a Seminole County high school. Some students say they're being censored after administrators decided part of their yearbook needed to be covered up before being handed out. Ezzy Castro is live at Lyman High School this morning. And Ezzy, this all surrounds Florida's controversial parental rights and education bill.
Yeah, several students here did a walkout back in March saying that the new law in Florida will harm LGBTQ students. But officials say that the protest was out of compliance with the school board's policy, and now that page will have to be covered in this year's yearbook.
Working on the yearbook is something we take very seriously. We're very passionate about it.
Students at Lyman High School are pushing back against the school district, saying they won't stand for censorship. It comes after administrators say a page in their yearbook, which shows students protesting against the parental rights and education bill, will have to be covered up with stickers. Their principal sent a message to families this week saying the school delayed distributing the yearbooks for now, adding that certain photos and descriptions did not meet school board policy.
And it's heartbreaking. This is a publication that we have worked really hard with this entire school year.
While the school board is set to meet tonight, students told News 6 they've started a social media campaign called Stop the Stickers in hopes of getting support from the community.
Longwood, Florida is just about 15 minutes north of Orlando, yet in many ways it's decades away from the LGBTQ plus supporting Disney World. The Seminole School Board had put a stop to the distribution of the Lyman High School yearbook due to photographs of a protest against Don't Say Gay that occurred at the school. The school board said that the photos don't comply with the policy since the protest was not an official school-sponsored event. The board had suggested covering the photos up, prompting students to protest and post online using, quote, using hashtag Stop the Sticker. Sky Teeterman, co-editor of the yearbook, said, quote, we're covering up something that means so much to people, not only at Lyman, but across the country and the entire world. People take this really, really seriously, and to cover it up, it's so sad, end quote. She said that the photos represent the school's motto of historic, diverse, inclusive. Sky and other students staged a protest at a school board meeting last night, and the board has agreed to allow the yearbooks to be distributed with the addition of a sticker saying that the protest was not a school-sponsored event. God, these people are idiots. I mean, like, wow. Like, let's go back. Okay, school, yearbooks, you have to buy them, right? You pay for them. They don't just give them out to you, right? I mean, they made this whole entire book, and then they weren't going to give it out and put stickers on people's faces just because that event was not school-sponsored. And that made sense to some adults?
Yeah, well, Seminole County adults, yeah, absolutely. But they're erasing us in real time. That's what this is. There's, the photos are, and fortunately, the students won a victory here. And the sticker that you mentioned is not going to be covering up the faces. It'll be on the side. So that's a good thing. Yeah. But the fact is, and this is a terrible example, but it's an extreme, and I'm going to go ahead and use it. If there had been a horrible tragedy at that school, not even a shooting, just if a student had died in a car accident or something, there would most definitely be a memorial page, and that certainly wouldn't be a school-sponsored event. So they're clearly targeting the gay community with this decision.
But thank God for these students that are standing up and speaking out, because this keeps happening over and over. With the gun issue and all these other things, the students are really the heroes.
There's this rapper called Luke, right? And he had this video and he talked about butts and other stuff and all kinds of stuff. And when they took out the CD, they put a sticker on it telling parents, okay, be careful. There's a lot of cursing and a lot of craziness in this CD. That was back in the 90s, I think it was, and here we are in 2022 censoring a yearbook, a high school yearbook.
Free speech protest.
Free speech, that's key.
With so many issues to deal with, especially when it comes to youth and violence in schools and all these things, they focus on just trying to sabotage, erase your
We talked about at the top of the show whether this is going to work. This culture war effort is going to work, and a lot of our opinion is yes, it is. That's why this story is so incredibly important. And I just point out to us and to listeners of Queer News Tonight, this story is dramatically important. A couple of reasons why. First off, can you imagine this happening in 1939 of withholding Jewish pictures in a yearbook in Berlin, Germany? because that's exactly what's happening here. It's exactly the same thing. We don't want any representation of you. And it leads to terrible things, which is what happened with the Nazis in 1939. Second, our clever governor, because no, we're not talking about gay people, and we're only talking about parental rights for who? Kindergartners to third grade. And everyone, including Senator Chevron Jones, clearly said, oh my gosh, the slippery slope that they're going to take from this is going to kill us. And what happens? We're going to ban a high school yearbook because it shows a picture about gay. There's the slippery slope that Chevron Jones told us was absolutely going to happen. And yes, we're very happy that these students were successful, but the fight that is to come is dramatic because we're not going to win these kind of things every single time. They're going to get more and more and more confident to say, basically, screw you, we're in charge. And one final thought. We saw pictures all over the world of Winter Park High School, of that protest led at Winter Park with hundreds and hundreds of school students walking out of class yelling, say gay, say gay. That high school is just 12 miles from this high school. 12 miles, and what a difference in decision making the world makes. Do you want to be in Nazi Germany in 1939 or London with a Churchill? And that's exactly what the LGBTQ community is facing in Florida and all over America. I know where I want to live.
Say gay.
LGBTQ plus news is vital for our community and for the broader world as a whole. We have enough enemies at Fox News. Tucker, Sean, and Laura are loud. We need passionate allies. Happening Out Television Network, Queer News Tonight, and It's Happening Out are literally out of the closet and into the headlines. Our community needs your support. Like this broadcast and subscribe now to ensure